back to Pemberley Farm. Well, you know, a week or so ago we did a video on Usnea and we created a tincture, an alcohol tincture for Usnea. Well, we've had more storms and got a lot more Usnea fall down out of the trees, and so I've collected a good bit more. My husband laughs at me because I go, "Oh, look," and pick it up, and he laughs at me. But anyway, so I thought we're still going to do at the end, when all of this is finished process, and show you what we do with it. But for now, I wanted to show you what else you can do as far as creating something with it besides a tincture. You can use glycerin. This is glycerin. And you can create what's called a glycerite. So it would kind of be the same as a tincture, except you use glycerin instead of alcohol. Some people don't want to use alcohol at all for any reason. Now, and we're doing it because we're creating this for the girls. And so we don't want them to have alcohol, so we're using the glycerin. Now, what's the difference? Well, the alcohol probably pulls a bit more of the good stuff out of the Usnea, but it still will be all right and it will be enough. The other thing is its shelf life. The shelf life of a glycerite, when you use glycerin and do this, it's called a glycerite. And so when you create a glycerite, conventional thinking is, you know, a year and a half to 2 years. So, you know, you just have to decide about that, if that's worth it to you. We're not making a huge amount of this today because of that. And, you know, there's no sense that we're going to use most of this bottle of glycerin, and there's no sense in having a huge amount and not use it. If we need more later, if we use it more than we think, we can create more. So anyway, and so we're going to do that. Now, as far as we're going to use distilled water and glycerin, because this is dry. It has been, I collected it a number of days ago, and so it's very dry. And so if it was wet, if it was fresh, you know, if it just fallen and it was all pretty bright green like it is, you know, when it's fresh, then you could use 100% glycerin. You wouldn't need water. But the ratio would be no less than 60% glycerin and 40% water. You're better off to do 75% glycerin and 25% distilled water. That is the better choice. Okay, so I'm going to look at my notes. I've got notes so I don't forget to tell you something. So I think I've covered all that. So now we're just going to make it. I forgot to put my distilled water up here. Now I've got about ½ ounce. Now I know this looks like a lot, but I've got about ½ ounce of glycerin. I mean of Usnea here, because it's dry. It just weighs nothing. I mean, just nothing. All this together just hardly weighs anything. I was shocked how lightweight it was. So anyway, I was going to put it in the pint jar, but the mass of it is so much. I think I'm not. I think I'll use a quart. This is just a mayonnaise quart. I'll tell you, if you don't save old glass jars, you don't have to can in them. You can do other things in them like this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, oh, also I cut it up so that there's more area exposed to the menstruum. The liquid that you put in them is called a menstruum. And so I just cut it up. I just took the kitchen scissors and just cut it up. Okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stuff it in the jar. I had a recipe all figured out and ratios and everything, and then I thought my jar of glycerin was bigger than it is, and so this is only 2 cups of glycerin, so I had to cut it back. So I'm kind of winging it just a little bit on this. So I'm going to put, like I said, this is, let's see. I've not opened this, so. All right. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put, my original was going to be 2.5 cups of glycerin, but I only have 2. So I'm just going to measure out All right, about 3/4 of a cup, maybe closer to a cup, but somewhere in there, of the glycerin. I don't know if you can tell how it's syrupy, okay? You can see it's syrupy. All right, and then I'm going to get water. All right, and I'm going to measure out probably, this is half a cup, probably about a little less than half a cup of water, maybe a little more than 1/4, okay? And I'm going to put it in over this. And I'm not seeing how this is, because this is the first time I've done a glycerin. I'm going to add a little more water, because you want to put the water in first so that it starts to rehydrate everything. All right, and you will never guess, I'm going to get my handy dandy chopsticks. I've said this enough now that members of my family are saving their chopsticks for me, so there you go. That's good. All right, now I'm going to pour in the glycerin. Okay. Now, I would suggest that you do your own research, as everything. Remember, I have to do the disclaimer. I'm not prescribing anything for anybody. This is up to you how you use these things. It is information. That's all it is. And I highly suggest that you do your own research about the things God created that will help you. And so this is one of those things. So now what I'm going to do, see, this won't make very much. This will probably make a small little 2-ounce bottle full, which is fine because they're not taking a lot of it. I may add just a hair more glycerin to it. Okay. All right, so that's good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in this jar, and every day I'll come in here and shake it just like I do the tincture that I showed you about that. I'll come in here and shake it, make sure it stays good, and we'll do it for about a month. We'll do that for about a month, and then we will strain it and pour it up. And so then we will put it in the little amber colored dropper bottle, and that's what we'll do with it. So there's that. So that's one thing that you can do with another thing that you can do. So we've got a tincture, we've got a glycerite, and so now we're going to do an oil infusion. So what we have here is our organic extra virgin olive oil. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way now. And what we're going to do is stuff our jar with Usnea, just like we did when we were creating the tincture. Except this time, we're going to put olive oil over it. Now, let me say that there is a hot method that you can do this, but I'm not using the hot method. I'm just doing this. And so, we leave this in. We'll leave this in for 6 to 8 weeks. So I put it, packed it down in there, and I'm going to cover it completely with olive oil. Now, you can use other oils. You could use sweet almond oil. There's a number of different oils that you can use. You just decide what oil you like. Now, what we're going to do with this is Ashley will make a salve. Okay, she will make a salve. Need some more chopsticks. So she will make a salve, and after this is finished percolating, so to speak, and then she will, it will be available for sale from, oh my, I think the power's going out. We've had trouble with, there we go. You didn't know you were going to have excitement here, did you? We've had a lot of trouble with storms in the area lately. But the sun's shining right now, so I have no idea what's going on. All right. This is fun, isn't it, guys? All right, so I'm topping this off after I'm kind of debubbling. This isn't good, I'll tell you. I don't like this. I'm tired of the bad weather. We needed rain, but we didn't need bad weather. So, I'm going to cut it off. You've seen what I've done. I'm just stirring this around so that the oil gets permeated into everything. And I probably should have cut this up too, but I forgot. So it's okay. I'm beating it up pretty good with the chopsticks. And I'll make sure I shake this probably more than once a day just to make sure that's good. Alright, so I'm putting that on there. Okay, so the power did not come back on. I don't know, the sun's shining, there's no rain near us, but we've had trouble for a week with hours and hours of no power because of bad weather. So I don't know if maybe somebody ran into a pole, who knows. So this, to begin with, this is our oil infusion, okay, of our Usnea. And looks like I left a stick in there. It'll be all right. But every day we'll shake this real good, and in about a month or a little more, 4 to 6 weeks, we'll come back, and then Ashley will take it and add a few things to it and make a salve. All right, and remember, that's so simple. All it is organic olive oil. That's all it is. So the other thing we did, we created a glycerite with glycerin and water, just distilled water, okay? Just glycerin and distilled water. And so, you know, it's so simple, so simple. Now, glycerin, I bought this glycerin from Amazon. I'll leave a link to it below. And also, if you have not seen our original Usnea tincture video, we will leave a link to that as well. The only other thing that's in the glycerin is the distilled water, and you get that at Walmart or wherever you shop. So anyway, thank you for coming by to watch our video, our second video on Usnea and things you can do with it, that you can create. And remember, there will be a third one where we pour all this up and show you the finished product. So that will be a month or more away, so just be on the watch for that. But I thought, since I was going to do this anyway, that I thought it would be a good idea to share it with you. Thank you so much for watching and coming along on our journey into sustainability. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We are Pemberley Farm Homestead. God bless you from Pemberley Farm.